South Florida. They done messed up. They done messed up. They took the chain off me, folks. I'm off the leash. Come on, y'all, let me hear it. I done told you we've been through this. College football, baby. College fucking football. Oh, yeah. Y'all done messed up. Y'all done messed up. We'll go ahead and cut that. Keep playing. Oh, yeah.
Everybody out here is going.
Dylan, get the hell off my stage. You done showboated enough tonight. Come on, y'all. Dylan Rapowski, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell? Hey, check out. Let me see your back. Oh, shit. Orlando City Soccer, y'all. Come on, represent. All right, now get the hell off my stage. God damn it. Look at this shit. Too much smoke, guys. Too much smoke. God damn. What's happening, y'all? I guess family-friendly PG-13 went a little off the rails. Woo. Everybody in here ready for the rest of the night? Come on, y'all. Give me some. I want to hear it. Oh, yeah. So, it's official, folks. October 6th was my last day. I'm officially retired. Congratulations. Yeah. Y'all don't even know. You see the beard? That's the first thing you do when you get out of a corporate job. You grow your retirement beard. I used to call it my fake Drake, but now it's filling in. I'm about to start getting ready to shave it. Nobody wants to hug on me no more. Yeah, that's right. Now I broke the ice for Movember. Not another word from you, young man. Give it up for all the comics here tonight. I'm telling you what, man, you have no idea. From a promoter standpoint, I'm sitting there trying to put something together, and the guy was over here getting his body painted, and then there's a car accident in front of the fair, and I'm like, holy hell. And then it's funny because Dylan here, he's from the big city. He's a big-time guy, you know, metropolitan and shit. So he's all talking to me like, man, this is a small town. Y'all are out here in the middle of nowhere. And we're driving back there, you know, that new highway they just built, that loop? And I'm like, yeah, look at this big motherfucking highway, 6 lanes, 4 lanes, it's big. And as we pass by, there's a caution tractor crossing sign. And I'm like, damn. But you know, it's crazy, man. They thought I lost my mind, folks. They thought I lost my mind. I go in there, and I was in a corporate gig, department manager for a store that we won't talk about, but hey, I got nothing bad to say. The man brought me in the office and said, are you sure you know what you're doing? I said, yeah, man, I know what I'm doing. He looked at me like I had a third eye in the middle of my head. He says, what are you planning on doing? I said, I got some things cooking. I got some things in the works. And the first thing that I ended up putting together was, some bitch, I won Marion County's Got Talent. Congratulations. What the hell? Hey, I told him straight up, we need to promote this better next year if I win this some bitch, man. I tell you right now. Woo, there's some kids in my church sing real pretty. They probably whipped my ass in a talent contest. But it's all good, because here I am. And these are my plans. But you know, if you knew me, if you know me, if you know where I come from, you know I come from a family of dreamers. See, I was raised in an immigrant home. My father is an immigrant who moved here from Havana, Cuba. And he came to this country and fell in love with a woman here, an immigrant from Germany. Talk about the American dream. My daddy likes white women. Yeah. And my mom's got sugar cane fever. Yeah, right. It's like Captain Kirk and Spock got together and had a baby, and that's where I come in. And fast forward to today, and my youngest daughter, she just graduated from high school. Big hog, my youngest daughter just graduated from high school, homeboy. What the hell? Now she's gone off to college. And now I'm over here, it's like she flew out the nest. And my oldest daughter, she's in her 4th year of college. And I'll be honest with you, we were a lot harder on her. You know, when you have your first kid, you're young, you're full of spit and vinegar. You know what I'm saying? You look at your child, you're like, my God, this child could be the next great thing, could be the next surgeon, could be even the President of the United States. My daughter calls me from college one day. Opening line, Dad, I've made a decision that affects my life, and I want to let you know before I tell you, I've thought this through. I said, word, you've got my undivided attention. She then informs me, oh, by the way, parents in the room, whose buttholes just puckered a little when I said that? You know what I'm saying? When you get that kid and they're like, I thought this through. Keep in mind, this kid calls me half a dozen times to get a locksmith out because she leaves her keys locked in her goddamn room. She calls me when my sister bought her a brand new car for her graduation. And she calls me and says, Dad, what do I have to wait for first? The 5 years or the 60,000 miles before I get the oil change? I said, child. Big hug, you believe that's my child? God damn boy. See, I'm infamous in this town. I'm a bit of a lunchbox hero because everybody knows as long as they know me, I'm a fucking lunchbox. I'm the guy that if you see me out in front of AutoZone, you pull in out of pity. Dude, get the hell away from that damn car. Let me see what you're looking at. Big Hog knows. Big Hog's in the back. He's my bodyguard. He's security tonight. I asked him to come out. I asked a few people to come out. Hey, clap if you came from social media, if you came by invitation through social media. Facebook, anybody? Hello? All right, cool. So 2 people? All right, cool. I just checked because I'm new to this Facebook thing. I just got into it. Somebody messed around and told me 3 things and left me alone to my own devices. In 2.5 months, I got 5,000 Facebook friends, and I'm locked out now. I can't get any more friends. I said, I got 5 real friends, but I got 4,995 more. So, yeah, my oldest child, she pops off, tells me one day, Dad, I found my style. I said, word, what's your style? Oh, let me get back to this. So my oldest daughter calls me and says, I have a life-changing decision to make. I said, oh shit, what's going on? She says, I'm changing my major. I said, oh, really? We spent our whole life planning this, plotting this, getting the strategy together, got you in the right schools, got you in this expensive-ass fancy school, and what exactly are you wanting to do? She says, marine biology. Yeah, I mean, all right, good. A couple more sea turtle lovers out in this motherfucker. That's good, that's good. I ain't bullshitting. Look here now. Hey, I've known this child literally her whole life. I said, listen, I've never seen you put your fucking toe in a lake for no goddamn turtle or mollusk or nothing. What the hell, marine biology? Fucking A, marine biology it is. So, like I said, my youngest left, she's gone. And to show you how cool I was the second go around, I was so tired when my second one came, I was like, fuck it, get a nose ring. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. I'm tired. By the time the second one comes around, the second one, they're like more cool coming up world because you have no boundaries. You're like, fuck it, get out of my face. I was so cool, my kid, the second time around, I signed for her early so she could get a tattoo before she was 18 years old. Because when she was 18, she was touring NYU. Fancy, orale, my kid's going to NYU. Not yet, she just went there. Then she shows up and goes a second time. And nobody knew she was gone. Yeah, 18 years old, had her own job, bought her own ticket. Dad, I'm an adult. I said, God damn, you going to this school because you're so damn smart, you're going to come home and get killed because you're so damn stupid. So yeah, man, they ask me all the time, Alex, with your kid going, are you getting that empty nest syndrome? You going to miss your kids? I said, oh yeah, I miss my kids. I tell them every day since they were little, I said every day, every gamble you make is a choice, and every choice you hope is the right gamble. You got your paperwork in order? Yes, sir. You got your shit packed? Yes, sir. All right, well, get your ass out the nest. It's time for you to make your path. And folks, my TV looks so good in her room, a.k.a. the man cave. Shit. I don't fucking... So yeah, man, so here I am. I come out here and I'm trying to make people laugh. I look around, can't see shit because these lights are so bright. But if I could, I see people, they're strangers, friends, family members, people I grew up with, people my age and older, people I can relate to. And then there's the youngsters in the room. Yeah, fucking millennial. Who here was tired watching him jump around all over this stage? Goddamn, man. I'm sweating out my perm watching him work, goddamn it. These young people, man. But don't get it twisted, folks. Hey, I hear the babies talking real loud, talking all about the new crowd. Try to tell me I'm an old dream, new version of the old scene. I ain't scared of them little motherfuckers, because I own 2 of their species. That's right. They're my little squirts. Conception reference. That's right. And I come out there and I go all over I've been all over the place telling people about where I'm at, what I'm doing. And it's amazing, man, when I first got out there, I wasn't embraced. I dress like this all the time. I come busting in these damn college-run open mics. These young fuckers call me Pop Pop. What the hell? Pop Pop? It's so funny because young people today, they think they can say anything they want with no repercussions. It's all right, though. What goes around comes around. Guess who's not getting hired to do shows for me? So yeah, man, I come out here and I try to tell people about where I'm from. I tell them, say, I come from a town called the Villages, Florida. And I explain to them it's the fastest growing retirement community in the United States. Does anyone else know when I ask the next question, I always ask, what else have you ever heard what else we're famous for? Guess what they say? What? That's right, a strong sense of community. You're exactly right. We take care of our own in the Villages, Florida. But I also tell people that if you were there before there was there, goddamn it, if you were here before here was here, you were a member of Marion County. Can I get a what? Marion County. And I'm from South Marion County. Okay? I'm from AKA the Dirty South. AKA South Marion County, bitches! Because that's what we used to do, because it was a small town and all we did was drink and fuck.
Wait, is that like the Silver Spring Shores?
Oh, don't even get me started on the shores. Anybody drive from the shores have to go Bahia, Pass, Loop, Circle, turn on Hemlock, Trace, Fork, pass by whatever. Shit. My people's growing up are Hog, Frog, Pee-wee, Wild Bill. Wild Bill, you still in here? Alright, it's dark, I can't see shit. And you can say woo woo if I say Wild Bill. Wild Bill! Alright, goddammit. Everybody else is doing it for you. And Junebug. Motherfuckers, y'all ain't lived till you had a Junebug in your retinoi. And y'all ain't lived till you had to try to write retinoi in a joke. Thank God for spell check and voice mic. Big Hog, can I get a what? Big Hog, T-balls in the back of the room. Big Hog is one, you can tell, I would say stand up, dude, but everybody can see you. That dude is the definition of brick shit house. If you look it up, there he is. Big Hog's the only person I know who can sleep on the floor and cuddle a couch. That's my homeboy. Hey, I'm gonna take it back way far. We were at a party. There was 2 parties cross town. Check this out, y'all. The Butchers and the Souples, huh? And we were at the Souples, and I had to run some girls over to the Butchers, and I told Hog, I'll be right back. At this point, he was in a bucket front-end loader, and we were jumping up and down in the back of this thing in a big burn pile. So I haul ass over there, drop that girl off, and I come hauling ass back, and I'm just, but you know, when you get there, hey Alex, woo, smoke this, drink this, do this, hey. So I'm driving back, hauling ass down 484, and I look to the left, and I see in the shadows lurking up ahead this giant Shrek-like shape.
Big hog stumbling down the motherfucking highway with a big ass telephone pole log on his shoulder. I go flying by, I slam on the brakes, turn around, I said, Big hog, what the hell you doing? He throws that thing down on the ground. He says, oh man, I'm so glad to see you. I thought you left me. I said, hog, I told you I was coming right back. I said, hog. He said, what? I said, what the hell are you doing walking down the side of the road with a giant telephone pole on your shoulder? He said, quote, I didn't want anyone to mess with me, so I carried a stick. That's a true damn story. Big Hog and me go back so long ago that they were breaking into my car in Washington, D.C. This motherfucker drives up there with me and spends the summer with me. You know what it's like to live with a hog in your house? Hey, Jackie, I was going to get started on you in a second, but there is Mrs. Hog T-Balls. And they have a daughter. We don't call her because of anything other than the fact that it's Hog's baby girl. We call her Little Piglet. And when they were conceiving, they were making bacon. Hi. Yeah, you ain't safe, Jackie. So anyhow, we're driving up there from Florida to Maryland. We had a deal that we would run a tank of gas out, and when we gassed up, we'd switch. So we would sleep on the way up. So as I'm sleeping, I feel the car he's driving, and I keep feeling the car revving up and slowing down, sliding over, revving up, slowing down. But I'm asleep. All of a sudden, I feel the window roll down over top of me. All of a sudden, this son of a bitch shooting at somebody with a damn 25 pistol, pop, 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 over me, setting me on fire. I'm like, what the hell? Dude was trying to run me off the road. That's my hog. Love you, hog. We just recently, hog, what birthday party was that I was at a couple years back? Fucking hog had a 40th birthday party. Shut all the bars down in Marion County. When I showed up at his house, everybody was there. It was like high school reunion without the singing. Wild Bill in the house. Wild Bill's he's a veteran. Y'all give him a round of applause. He served in this country. He also jumped out of airplanes, which means he's one of my craziest friends. I get a phone call from Wild Bill a couple weeks ago, all kinds of pissed off. Man, there's a guy in Melbourne, he's your Facebook friend, and he's talking shit about America. I said, Wild Bill, you do know I have 5,000 Facebook friends. He says, I'm on my way to Melbourne right now to whip his ass. I said, time out, Wild Bill. And we talked about it, and we just compromised, and I unfriended him. Goddamn, miracle. Love you, Wild Bill. Thanks for coming out. So in this transition, me trying to figure out what I got to do to get out of fucking corporate America, man, P090280 is off the books. 42 years old, I retired. Not because I'm rich and not because I'm smart, because I'm just tired. And I put some things together, I made some plans work. So in the process of doing such, I got into driving for Uber and Lyft. In the beginning of the year, I got a newer car and started going to work. I've seen some things. People are always trying to tell me, they're like, Alex, you get hit on by women, you get indecent proposals. You know, none of my friends around here ask me about indecent proposals. They say, you go try to get you in bed, try to take you up to the hotel room. I say, yeah, indecent proposals all the time. From dudes. Ladies in the room, listen, I know what you're going through, man. I am not just a piece of fucking meat. Jesus Louises. So, you control yourself, madam. Control yourself. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't no kid that gets bashful easy. You gonna start talking about something in my pocket? We gonna just dismiss all these motherfuckers for a minute. I'm a kid. Y'all watch yourself now. Hey, I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid. We got some freaks in the room. Yes, I am a out of the closet non-alcoholic. I don't drink. So anyhow, there's a resort out in Disney, folks. I go pulling up to this resort, pick some people up for Uber, pull up, and the damn security guard pops out as a hologram. Just morphs out of nowhere. Hi, what can I do for you? That freaks me the fuck out. I'm old school, man. I'm looking at it side to side. This chick's following me with her eyes. I said, I'm here to pick up such and such from such and such. She says, hold please. Gate opens, I leave. Pick them up, out. Now that I know that place is there, I sometimes peek over when I drive by. That lady fucks with you when you drive by because I didn't know it was there. She'll poke out and she'll be like, hey. That's some bullshit right there. I'm out in northern Orlando in this real exclusive area, and it's odd to me because in the middle of this fancy-ass community, instead of tennis courts and basketball courts and shit, it's full of soccer fields. I'm like, what the hell? Hundreds of people milling about. I pull up, finally find the guy. He jumps in the car. Looks like he just saw a ghost. I said, damn, dude, what the hell's going on out here? This is a sleepy-ass part of Orlando. He, without, distracted, he looks at me and goes, soccer tryouts. I go, word, just fucking with him. I said, what is this, like soccer combine? He's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, oh, snap. He's like, man, I'm sorry. I seem so, off. I said, 5 seconds before you pulled up, I was just invited to be the newest Orlando City soccer player. I'm like, sad? I'm like, you a professional athlete? A professional athlete's in my car? And he's like, yeah, a professional athlete is in your car. I got him to the hotel. He signed his very first autograph for me. Any Latin people in the house? Spanish, Hispanic, orderly, hello? Everybody's gone? All right, hang in there, folks. The 5 of y'all will enjoy the rest of this show. My Latin people, man, I got number love for my Latin people, man. They just recently opened up the airport for all Uber drivers. And now about 2 miles outside of the airport, there's an empty parking lot. And in that empty parking lot is where all the people have to sit and wait for your ping to get to go to Uber and Lyft. And in just a matter of a few months, my Latino people have set up seating with burn piles in the middle. They have playpens laid out with blankets. The women do each other's hair, manis and petties. And while the men are out driving, there's a guy who does auto detailing in the parking lot. They're barbecuing. You go to the porta potties, these some bitches put little picket fences out in front of them. You go inside, they got pictures of fucking people in meadows, and of course the face of Jesus Christ and a Santo candle right there. I messed up, I thought it was an incense. Because you're in the toilet. I love my people, love my Latin people. I go out to another Disney resort, and this beautiful young Asian girl comes walking out in a sequins gown. But I noticed something was a little off because as she was coming up, she was tripping on her high heels. She gets in the car, and when I turn to say good evening, where can I take you, I look and her makeup is fucked up. Fucked up. See, I have 2 daughters that I raised from scratch like biscuits. The youngest one would go on YouTube and learn all kinds of shit, so I kind of got a little backstory on Kardashian eyebrows and shit. This dude looked like I put his makeup on, and I couldn't help but notice a little 5 o'clock shadow. I said, well, good evening, welcome. I'd be glad to take you wherever you like to go. We're all about the pride here in Orlando. I don't partake, but I'll support. But you got to tell me what the fuck's going on in the back of my car. Hit the directional, ping, Parliament House. Parliament House is a gay club in Orlando. As I'm driving, he begins to explain. He's a 34-year-old man from San Francisco. And he came here on his 34th birthday. Nobody knows he's here. He's never dressed like a woman before. He felt like it was always something he wanted to do. What fucking blew my mind was he goes on to explain that where he's from, he wouldn't have been accepted if he would have chosen to be a transgender. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, let me get this straight. If there's any gay people in the room, understand that this comes from a pure place. But you prissy bitches, all the work I've been listening to you people fighting to get what you could get, and now that it's all open and available in their own circles, they're ankle biting and politicking themselves to death. To be honest with you, I thought once you went into that team, anything else was just extra gravy. So I'm pulling up, and he's telling me that he looked up best destination for gay men in America, and the Parliament House popped up as number 1. Now, Orlando, woo-hoo. Yeah, but the thing about it is, and I don't know nothing about San Francisco, nothing about this guy's life, but we'll tell you that in my mind, it seems like where he comes from is a little more glamorous. Folks, if you've never seen the Parliament House, it is not glamorous. It's a dingy, dirty-looking motherfucking place, and it's built, half of it is a motel. And I ain't, like I said, I'm real open-minded, I'm easygoing. In fact, two of my closest friends and business partners are old gay dudes, but they're horrible at being gay. They are. They don't get their hair did or their nails done. They don't go to the club. They don't do none of that shit. They're fucking conservative. They're Republicans. I asked them, what kind of gay people are you, man? I'm gayer than they are. I'm pulling up, get to the front of the Parliament House, and I turn and I say, listen, man, you be safe out there. And I hope you have a good time, and I hope this is going to be a memorable week, knowing it's going to be. And you know what he told me, folks? He said, listen, you're the very first person I've either spoken to or has seen me like this. He says, thank you. I know you're straight, and you were very welcoming, and I appreciate it. Thank you. You've made my first impression great. Yeah, right? But here's the thing that's fucked up. He gets out of my car, and as he's getting out of my car, he's picking a wedgie out of his ass like he's a football player. And as he's stumbling into the Parliament House, from the lurking shadows on either side, as if it was from some sort of movie, these giant muscular dudes with these handlebar mustaches and leather and the assless chaps, and follow him into the club. As I'm pulling out, getting back on I-4, I'm saying a little prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, put a hedge of prayer about that man. Keep him safe. Get him home in at least one piece. It's crazy. So, how'd y'all do with the storm? Huh? Fucking Irma. My sister, self-made, strong, independent woman, and she called that storm a home-wrecking bitch. So if she's allowed to say it, I am too. I took a little damage, but I'll be honest with you, I've had worse one-night stands. You know when you meet a chick and you're like, damn, I might actually get some. And then you're halfway through, you ever seen, like if you meet a girl or something, you're walking out and somebody bumps into her and she'd be like, what the fuck? Shit like that. Or when you think you see a face in a face, you ever look over and she's smiling, then you look again and she looks like has a hungry look in her eyes. You look back and she's smiling again. I'm like, what the hell? Just so you know, in case you think you didn't see that shit, you saw that shit. As you get older, you'll know. Hey, I saw that shit. I'll call you out right now. I went and checked on my parents. They're getting older, man. At my age, give it up for parents getting older, huh? I pulled up my old man. Like I said, he's an immigrant, man. He's a builder. I wanted to check on him, make sure he was all right. I pull up. This dude's got generators going. Go in the house. My mom's sitting at the breakfast table reading a magazine, watching TV. Cable's down. They got that free satellite shit. Catches the waves out of the sky. Generators running. Coffee on. Provisions. They got their priorities in check. Go out to the garage to check on my old man. He's standing looking at the breaker box. Fuck, my dad's getting old, y'all. Remember when you were a kid, your dad was like this. Now this motherfucker looks like a hobbit. I'm like, what the hell? I get a phone call about a year ago. My mom's like, come by, check on your daddy. He done hurt himself. I said, all right, I'll be over there. I pull up. He's laid up in the bed, all messed up. I said, Dad, what the hell happened? He says, well, I started my morning out pickaxing a rock. I said, time out. Time out. I'm no doctor. But that right there might be the problem, Pops. That's my old man. Some of y'all remember my daddy. He ain't changed a bit, just more ornery. So I go over there and he's at the breaker box and I'm like, what's up, Dad? He turns to me. He's got them thick red fox glasses, make your eyes look crazy when you look through the other side. He's like, wait a minute, come here, look at this. Look at this, help me find this. So I walk over, I look over his shoulder. His breaker box is beautiful. It's all organized, got tape, everything written neat, everything where it needs to be. He's got a fucking note on the inside of the door, what to do in case of storm, and a list. I'm worried about my dad. Folks, I barely know where my breaker box is. Listen, it's like the Temple of Doom. It's at the end of a dirty-ass, dusty thing filled with cobwebs and bones of people who tried to go there before me. If that shit wasn't written on the inside of that breaker box in 1986 when the house went up, that sumbitch ain't there now. And listen, know what to do in case of storm on the inside of the door? Shit. Fucking dog must have ate that thing. I go up, and I had my provisions. I had a thing of peanut butter and 2 loaves of bread. I had buy one, get 1 gallon tea from Publix, and allegedly I had a sack of weed the size of my foot. By the end of the first night, I'm lip-syncing Beastie Boys' License to Ill in front of my video camera. Will be on YouTube soon. By the end of the second night, I'm driving through a Cat 3 storm in a deserted town in a neighborhood I was mandatorily evacuated from. I'm driving through that sumbitch like Lieutenant Dan, daring her to do her worst, begging her to do her best. I pull back to my house, and there's a tree trunk hanging out the roof of my house. I laughed for the quality of that alleged weed. Now, I'll be honest with you, man, I ain't trying to make light of what happened. We got our asses kicked. People down south got their asses kicked. People in Houston got their asses kicked. But by God, isn't it like Florida? We drew a line in the goddamn sand, and we cracked a beer, rolled a blunt, and we said, come on, you dirty home-wrecking bitch, we're here for you. That's right. I'm watching down on Facebook, all the people partying, end of the world party, all that bullshit. My sister owns restaurants down in South Florida. And she's got generators connected to those restaurants, and she runs those things around the clock because she needs to be there for her community. And because she's a greedy bitch. Nah, man, fuck that. When you own businesses in South Florida, listen, my value's high. I'm here. But my sister's value is here. She's got augmentations, plastic surgery. She's had a facelift. She's had teeth done. Look, you don't want to get behind on those notes. What the hell kind of repo is that? How the hell does that work? Shit. So, I'm going to leave you with 2 thoughts before I go. And I want to, first of all, thank all y'all for hanging in there with me. And thank y'all. Listen, this is not supposed to happen. This was not supposed to happen. This came about by a very strange series of events, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it. So thank you guys for hanging in there with me. And I'm going to leave you guys with just 2 more thoughts. Growing up in an immigrant home, we learned more or less the same things that American families did. Only with the immigrants, it felt like there was just a little more edge. My father was full of wise things to say, and he was always telling me shit that seemed, pretty deep. Like he would always say, I'm a simple man by means, pero by no means am I a simple man. That shit's deep, Dad. He said, it's better to be the head of a lion or the head of a mouse than the tail of a lion. Damn, Dad, that shit's deep. And then the one he uses a lot, put your dick in it. I'm like, what the hell? Anything a Cuban dude needs to do to get a little extra put your dick in it. Hey, man, that's not my fucking wisdom. But my favorite point, my favorite little saying that he said is mira, oye, calla. The 3 monkeys. Found in Latin homes all over the world. White people have this same, Americans have been taught this same lesson, and Americans know it as see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. But in a Latin home, it's look, listen, and shut the fuck up. Okay? It's the same, just different. And if all else fails, what do? Put your dick in it. And my last thought, the last point I'm going to give to you before we pass out the offering plate. This is my big closer, so when I'm done, this will be that college football moment for the 5 of y'all out there. not yet. Your daughter graduating and paying off your house allows you to have the same conversation twice. Once with your ex-wife and once with your mortgage company. It's been a great 21 years, but I never want to see you again. I hope you fucking die. Thank you guys, that's my time. Before you run off, I want to get all the comics up here so that we can say goodbye like big shots. We got some